Hello, class. This week I'm going to be talking about the article Soul Food, A Brief History. And looking at the article, it looks like a lot of the foods that were made back at the inception of the soul food movement were based on a lot of pork products and a lot of frying. As the article mentioned, um, trying to make these foods a bit more healthier. Um, Throughout the years, people have tried, frying maybe in lower saturated fats like canola oil or olive oil instead of traditionally they would use either lard or trans fats shortenings to fry it. Another thing I noticed is a lot of their vegetables and beans and things were kind of stewed or cooked with bacon or ham hocks or pork products in them to give them more flavor. So taking that out would definitely help, the saturated fat content in the foods. Traditional food that I still like to eat. I eat it maybe once a week if I get a chance to make it. Would be refried beans. So traditionally, refried beans is made with lard, and ever since I was young, my grandmother used to make it that way, but then my mom started using oil instead of lard to fry the beans. I've kind of taken that with me and use it myself whenever I get a chance to make refried beans. One thing I do and my mom used to do as well is she would actually fry chili in, like a whole chili in the oil first before you put the beans in, and that gives it a little bit more flavor. Um, and that's kind of what I've been using ever since. I don't really use lard to cook anything, and I know traditionally though that's how my grandmother used to make the beans. But I think it tastes just fine with the oil and the chili, giving it a little more flavor. Um, One thing that I did notice in the article is, it mentioned how, eating traditional soul food on a daily basis would cause a lot of health issues. But, in thinking about it, back in the days when soul food was being made at the beginning of slavery and after slavery, people would actually go out in the fields and have to grow their food or work, sometimes through slavery. But even after that, they'd have to work in the fields and gather food. So you could, I guess, eat that type of food on a daily basis and still maintain some health because you're actually out there doing hard work and really burning a lot of calories. Nowadays, obviously not a good idea with the more sedentary lifestyle that we have, to be eating that kind of food. I actually have had soul food a couple times in the South, and it is very, very good, but definitely not something you want to eat on a daily basis. That's basically it. Till next week.